is that the U.S. actually does what's known as simulation testing for their nuclear arsenal to ensure that they are working. And that is something that has existed despite the fact that the United States has actually not tested a nuclear bomb. As you mentioned, since 1992, of course, the United States has been adhering to the conventional testing ban treaty that's existed since 1996. Now, the big question, though, again, that I think frankly needs to go directly to President Trump is this about testing the delivery system, these missiles, or does he actually intend that the United States is going to restart testing nuclear weapons? If that is the case, that would take months, if not a couple of years, before the U.S. would be able to actually carry one out, Kate.
Just quick, what's the context here? How do nuclear capabilities of the U.S. compare to other leaders like Russia and China?
If we're talking about the explosives themselves, Russia has more nuclear weapons or nuclear explosives than the United States does, not that many more. The U.S., you can see there on the screen, has close to the same number as Russia. China, France, UK also have them. But keep in mind, there are also countries that host U.S. nuclear weapons in their countries, Kate.
All right, Courtney Cubie for us. Thank you so much. In the Middle East, Hamas has turned over the bodies of 2 more hostages who were taken from Israel. It's the first handoff of remains since Israel ordered new airstrikes on Gaza on Tuesday. NBC News international correspondent Matt Bradley has more.
The Israeli military has confirmed that Hamas has handed over the bodies of 2 more hostages that had been held in the Gaza Strip by the militant group. Now they are to get full military honors on their way to a forensic facility that will then identify these bodies. Now, this is important because there have been 2 times in the past when the Israelis have discovered the bodies either weren't correct. One of the bodies that was handed over within the past couple of weeks was determined to not be human remains belonging to one of those hostages. Another body was discovered to have been already buried, a body that was already discovered by the Israelis, and this was human remains belonging to that body. So there are still 13 dead hostages remaining inside the Gaza Strip. If these forensic tests come out in probably the next couple of hours, maybe days, and show that these bodies are in fact belonging to some of those 13 hostages, and they'll be able to run genetic tests on that, then that would make that number lower to 11. That is going pretty well considering the circumstances. It was only just a couple of days ago that Israel decided to launch airstrikes against what it said was Hamas targets in the Gaza Strip because, only one of the reasons, because Hamas had been reluctant to hand over all of those remaining bodies. So this has been, from the beginning, one of the main sticking points between Israel and Hamas in terms of obeying this ceasefire. Now, we haven't gotten all those bodies. If these 2 bodies are shown to belong to some of those hostages, it would lower that number just to 11, but it would be an important step for building confidence between these 2 sides and perhaps preventing this ceasefire from collapsing.
Matt Bradley, thank you. Still to come, the treasures from King Tut's tomb going on display.